But let's focus on state politics. Our governor is calling for a special session. So he wants everyone to get back together in Carson City within the next few months and finish what he calls quote unquote unfinished business. Let's look at what the pay that comes along with this. And we have the exact person to get this done. Rachel O'Brien from Open the Books joining us live this morning to talk about this upcoming special session and the dollars to go along with it. So Rachel, you do such a good job compiling the information. How much does a state lawmaker make between salary and per diem pay?
So those state lawmakers, their pay comes from several different pots. They get very low regular pay during the special session. During the regular session, that pay is maxed at $12,400. The largest pay they're able to receive is up to a little over $21,000 of per diem for the regular session. They can get $10,000 reimbursed for travel expenses, almost $3,000 for communications. If they live 50 miles or more away from Carson City, they can get housing pay up to a little over $1,100 per month for housing during the regular session. So all in all, if they get all of those things, they can get up to a little over $46,000 while they're in session. Now we're talking about the special session, and they still have to go, to the Capitol. They have to go to Carson City. They got to travel. They got to have housing. That special session, they can get another $5,300 possibly. So it's still pretty low.
I think for people who don't follow this closely, it's kind of alarming to hear the dollar amounts that you were sharing. So let's do the little compare contrast for full context. How do Nevada lawmakers compare in their pay to lawmakers in other states?
Yeah, it's really low. They're only paid for the first 60 days of the regular session, even though they're in session 120 days. So it is unusual for lawmakers to be paid for only a portion of the session. So the national average for base pay is $44,000. Nevada gets $12,400. So, about a quarter. So the vast majority of that pay, as I mentioned, that's per diem for Nevada lawmakers, but that's reimbursement for travel and food and lodging. It's not necessarily money that's going in their pocket. The state with the highest per diem is Tennessee. So their salary is $28,000, but they can get at least 29,000 per diem for their regular session. You see people making between 30 and 50,000 per diem. It's not unusual there. In salary alone, New York is the highest, 142,000 in salary. The lowest annual lawmaker salary in New Hampshire, they're practically unpaid, but you have that average 44,000.
Very interesting. I love the perspective you're able to provide. Let's focus on what could be happening here soon in Nevada. How long is a special session? And then do they have to spell out what topics are going to be voted on before they even get up to Carson City?
So yes, the governor did not yet say which specific unfinished topics, but we know the big ones that were left on the table when the session ended in June. There's the proposal to bring Hollywood studios to Southern Nevada, and of course, there's the governor's crime legislation. Right, he has a big push for that. That would increase penalties for repeat offenders. It would lower the threshold for prosecuting certain crimes, and so. Special sessions in most cases, they're limited to 20 calendar days, and they have to be specifically for what the governor lays out in his proclamation. Those are the items that they can talk about and vote on. So we don't know right now, but we will know exactly when he calls the session, exactly what they're going to be doing up there.
Well, in light of the recent headlines we've had here locally with young people losing their lives by simply trying to get to school, I would imagine there's bipartisan support for getting some stiffer legislation on the books, especially when it comes to people drinking and driving in our community. Thank you, Rachel. Always great seeing you. In fact, are you back with us next Friday?
Absolutely. I'll be here.
Awesome. We will see you then. Have a wonderful weekend.